Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. This is Property Management 101. In today's video, we'll be discussing 3 products that every property manager should have. There are a lot of products out in the market that are geared solely to the property management industry, like electronic locks, remote access lock boxes, and software. This video will cover items you may not necessarily think of when you think of property management. This video will apply to anyone that works in the property management industry, regardless of demographic or asset type. The number 1 product that every property manager should have, a flashlight. When I was a property manager, I would make sure and always buy and provide to each of our courtesy officers a flashlight. This was helpful for them as they performed rounds or walked the property at night, things like that. Also, I would always make sure that there was at least 1 flashlight in the maintenance shop as well as the office. Having a flashlight in the maintenance shop as well as the office really came in handy when the staff was performing any of the following. When the courtesy officers were performing rounds, when there was emergencies that occurred at the site, when there was power outages, work orders that required the maintenance staff member to go into a dark area, and oftentimes this happened more often than we really thought it would. Also, one of the most common times we used a flashlight is actually when we were performing move-out inspection. This was really helpful because it would help us look in dark closets, storage areas, garages, under appliances, utility closets, and things like that. You really want to find a flashlight with a couple different options that work well for you and your team. I wouldn't recommend just getting a cheap basic flashlight. You want to make sure you get a flashlight that's durable, has a decent amount of lumens, and also has some zoom options. Now, you may be asking, what kind of flashlight is a good one? One flashlight I would recommend is one that is called a Nebo Slyde, and it's this one right here. A couple of really nice features to this one. It actually has a magnet base to it, so if you drop a screw or something like that, you can easily pick it up. You can mount it on something metal if you need your hands to be working on maybe a hot water tank or something like that. The other nice feature about this is that it's actually AAA batteries, and the thing I like about this is if you're ever in an emergency where there's a power outage and you cannot power it if it dies, if it's a chargeable one, you will be able to simply take out the batteries and replace it. So I do like that it's batteries compared to just a rechargeable flashlight. Another nice feature with this flashlight is actually has 4 different zoom options by just simply turning this, the head of the flashlight. Another nice feature with this flashlight has 4 different light modes. One of them is the flashlight. Another one actually is if you open it, it's going to actually open up a really, see how bright that is? Actually an open-end workspace light. And if you hit the flashlight on button, it'll actually change it to red. And if you hit it twice, it'll change it to a flashing red. So there's a couple nice different options that this has. So really nice flashlight with lots of great options. I love the mountable feature with the magnet. It holds the battery life pretty well as well. A couple really nice options with this flashlight. It's got a good girth to it as well, where it seems very durable and sturdy. I haven't really dropped this one too much. I've actually owned a couple other different models this company has made, and I've loved them all. Now, right now, as I'm making this video, this actually flashlight has close to 1,000 reviews and has a 4.5 rating on Amazon, which is pretty good. I will actually post this link to this flashlight in the video description if you are interested in buying this for your staff. One tip I would recommend with this flashlight, if you really find yourself really liking this flashlight, I would save this link in the video description as one of your favorites, and that way if anyone ever loses the flashlight or you want to order more, it's right there. It's easy for you and your team to simply order the one as you're going to save it as a favorite. The second product I believe every property manager should have is a battery backup. What I'm referring to is one of those blocks that you can connect a USB cable to charge your devices. These can charge things like tablets, cell phones, etc. And there's a lot of good ones out there. Here are a few situations that have came up in my past that these really came in handy. So for example, let's say a maintenance team member was on call that evening and all day they're out on a property working and performing work orders. And as soon as they got home, they received a call that requires them to head back to the property. Now this is a situation that their cell phone may be very low just from being out all day and not having time to charge it when they got home. But going back to the property, they still may receive other calls from being on call, and you don't want them to have a dead cell phone. So buying them a power bank or a power block will allow them to charge their phone even if they're out on the property performing work orders or addressing the after hours call that require them to come back to the property, and not have a situation where their cell phone dies and not be able to take emergency calls. I also used to keep one in the office for the office staff just in case the power went out. Then we still had the ability to charge any tablets in our office or any cell phones that maybe our calls were being forwarded to. I also made sure that each maintenance staff member always had one, as well as each courtesy officer had one as well. There are lots of great ones out there as well. For your site, I would recommend getting a one with a big MAH, and this is the rating of how much power one of these banks can hold. The bigger the number, the more power that they can hold. One power bank that I own, and I have a family member that's owned it a lot longer than I have, and we both really like it, is called the Blavor Solar Power Bank QI. At the time of this video, it almost has 40,000 reviews on Amazon with a 4.4 rating. Some of the features of it is that, first of all, it can be powered by the solar. So if you are in a situation that's an emergency, you're still able to recharge your battery if your power's been out for an extended period of time. Another nice feature of it is you can tell from the edges it's very rugged, which I really like because a lot of times you're going to be dropping these, you're going to be throwing them in a drawer, so you want something that's sturdy and durable. It charges by USB-C, which is obviously the more preferred method right now. That it charges it from in there or solar. And then if you have something that's a USB-A, it'll charge from that as well. And then it can even charge from a micro USB as well, which is a really nice couple options. The other nice thing I like about this, it also allows this bank to actually be a second flashlight if you need it. So it's really nice. On this end, it has two lenses, and then with the side button, you're able to turn on this flashlight and acts as a secondary flashlight if you were to need a flashlight as well, which is another nice backup feature as well with this. Now, one of the really cool features is that it also works as a wireless charger with the QI technology. So if you do have a cell phone but you don't have a cable, but it is wireless capability as far as charging, you can put it on the back, hit the power button, and it'll charge your phone without any problem. So a couple really nice features with this power bank. I'll provide the link to the video description as well. And keep in mind, this is another product where if you like it for your team likes it, I would save it as a favorite just so you can replace it if one gets lost or if you get a new staff member. So it's a great product to have both at your maintenance shop, your office, and for your courtesy and any maintenance staff members that are on call. If you're enjoying this video and learning something new, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. And the last item that every property manager should have is a digital writer. What I'm referring to when I say digital writer is a digital tablet that you're going to be able to take notes on. These are great for move-out inspections, property walks, trainings, etc. I used to be the type of employee that always took physical notes on little pieces of tablets or notepads. The problem is I would often need to refer to those notes, and I couldn't find it all the notes I took. So I bought a digital writer, and I was able to save things like trainings or move-out inspections, and anytime I needed to refer back to my notes, I could easily search and find what I was looking for. And this is just one of the many great features with the digital writer you are not able to get with maybe a physical notepad. I really like these for trainings because if you take notes, you can actually send them to your email them out to other staff. I also love these for the same reason for move-outs as well. There are a lot of great companies out there and make some great digital writers. One thing that I would suggest too is if you have a tablet at your office already, you may be able to buy a stylus or a digital pen for it that you can actually use as a digital writer on top of when you use it for prospects or applicants or things like that. One of the things that I do agree with is there's a lot of studies out there that actually show by writing something compared to typing it, it's going to help you remember it easier. And from personally, I found that to be true as well. Now, there's tablets out there that have digital stylus that you're able to take notes on with different types of apps. And there's also some writers out there that are solely designed as digital writers. Personally, I like the ones that are designed for digital writers. I feel like the writing of those is more natural and actually is a little bit smoother and easier and better mimics what writing is really like. And again, there's lots of good ones out there. One that I have not personally tried yet, but I've heard good things about is the Amazon Kindle Scribe. And this is a newer product for them. And right now on Amazon, this product actually has about 1,300 reviews and holds about a 4-star rating. I will provide the link in the video description of this if you're interested as well. Both products that I showed you in today's video, I purchased them myself. They weren't sent to me on behalf of the company asking me to do a review. So I just want to give you that perspective and disclosure as well. And again, I'll post all the links to these products in the video description. If you've not already done so, please watch my disclosure video as well as my why I do this video. And if you found this video helpful and learned something new, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. And if you have any questions about this video or any of my videos, feel free to comment. I'll be happy to address it for you. Happy leasing!